You know, Darvish is like a unicorn in our industry. He is such a different pitcher than really anyone else in the game.
I'll tell you someone who's ready to go. Darvish, who just reportedly signed a 6-year extension to stay in San Diego. So the 36-year-old is going to be in San Diego till the time he is 42. No pitcher older than 35 has ever signed a contract of at least 5 years, $100 million. And guess what his is? 6 years, $108.
I haven't seen Darvish's entire career. I've covered him the last 2 seasons, but there's no one I've seen that's better at finding different ways to get hitters out, getting creative. It's not, if you're sitting on a curveball, he's going to throw the curveball slower than the last curveball he'd throw you. If you're sitting on the slider, he'll throw you a different slider. He'll throw you something else. And so I think that kind of the way he approaches pitching is one of the reasons the Padres are so comfortable doing what they did in this deal, going as deep into Darvish's career.
You know what? The level of stress is making sure the players have an experience and come in and it's a seamless 3.5 weeks for them. That's my stress, the day-to-day. I can't wait till the games start, but I think for me, Sierra, that's the biggest thing I'm learning, kind of being the manager, is when you ask a bunch of people different opinions, you get different opinions, and it just confuses you a little bit more. So what do you stand for? What do you believe in? And kind of putting your foot down and having to make some decisions. So that's kind of where I've grown in this 2-3 month process.
Yeah, no, it's special. I mean, anytime you get a chance to represent your country and have the, Team USA and USA on your chest, it means a lot. A lot of, baseball's a big thing in the world, and let alone this country. So it meant a lot to me, it meant a lot to my family, and like I said, I'm looking forward to it, and I had a blast when I did it. In high school, I didn't make the team, believe it or not. That kind of left a little salty taste in my mouth, but I'm getting another opportunity here, and I'm very humbled for the opportunity. The biggest thing is probably swinging more. I don't swing that much in the off season, very little. Definitely had to ramp it up in the cage a little bit earlier, but nothing too crazy. I'm sure that when I get to spring, it's gonna be a little different, playing games a little longer, earlier. I mean, you know how it is. You can do as much you can in the off season, but as soon as you get on the field and put them cleats on and start them game activities, it's pretty hard to simulate. So, just looking forward to getting out there, getting ready, and getting this thing started.
Oh, you want to talk about deep rosters, do you?
I do.
All right. Let's talk about a star-studded Dominican Republic team. They are the King Kong of this tourney, as guys, they are the favorites to win. See why when you're looking at this. Gosh, how stacked are they?
I mean, it's almost not fair. On paper, granted, on paper, with all teams in baseball,
Sure.
on paper, that doesn't mean that you're going to win the championship, whether if you're in the WBC or if you're in the MLB. But on paper, it's like, man, the guys that are going to be on the bench are some of the best players in the game, but you can't miss. These young stars, Julio Rodriguez, Jeremy Pena, Teoscar Hernandez. Can't forget about Vladdy Guerrero. Juan Soto. You literally can't miss. You can go top to bottom on the list, and you can't miss.
Might be the most talented infield ever assembled this side of an all-star game, maybe even include the all-star game. That's how good this infield's going to be, Sierra.
The first time that you put on that jersey, what's that like, man? Have you thought about it? Do you wake up and say, man, I can't wait to put on those colors?
I mean, I was able to play baseball, and I always want to play on the WBC, to go out there, fighting for my country, and I want to have the opportunity this year to play for the WBC, and I want to be there, and do my best.
Team Japan finished in 3rd place in the last 2 tournaments, guys. They always come in prepared. They won the inaugural and 2nd WBC.
This is the reigning Olympic champion, the reigning Premier 12 champion. This team has a lot of chemistry, and chemistry in a short tournament is extremely important. They took into consideration the relationship that these players have with their homeland, the manner in which they departed the island. All of these things were part of the decision. But the broad picture here, Sierra, is that this is a country that has a very rich baseball tradition. They made it to the semifinals in 2006, but they have not been competitive for championships at this event since then. They've lost those 33 players, Chris, that were part of Major League Baseball last year. That would have been your national team had they all stayed. But the world has changed since the first tournament. So that's why I think Cuba felt the need to make themselves more competitive and selectively invite a couple Major League players back.
Yeah, I mean, I think what stands out with Puerto Rico, they can always swing the bat. So you're going to have that star power on the infield with Francisco Lindor and Javier Baez. I see Lindor being the shortstop, Baez making this shift over to second base. Great catching depth. With Maldonado and Vasquez, that's going to be huge for their pitching staff. And when we talk about the pitchers, Puerto Rico has an extremely strong bullpen. So the names that stick out to me are the Diaz brothers. Right there. Then you have Jorge Lopez, Pagan, but a solid team top to bottom.
Team Mexico is best poised to advance out of this pool. CY, taking a look at this roster, what are their strengths?
Yeah, you're looking at it, and it's like they're not really underdogs. They actually put together a really good team. On the offensive side, you see Randy Arozarena, Alex Verdugo, Austin Barnes, Alejandro Kirk. On the pitching side, all you need is two really strong ones, and they have two horses in Taijuan Walker and Julio Urias. I feel like in the pool play especially, 3 wins get you in for sure. But 2 wins would be nice, potentially with the tiebreaker, so you have those 2 horses at the top.
For Team Venezuela, the Braves give permission to Ronald Acuna Jr. to play, JP.
It's huge news, Sierra, for a team that I think is one of the teams that is ready to burst back onto the international scene, because it's not just Acuna. In tournaments like this, I love guys that put the bat on the ball, good contact players. Well, you've got Luis Arraez, the reigning batting champion, Jose Altuve, 3-time batting champ. This is a proud baseball country, Sierra, that has not had a lot of success in this tournament going back to 2009. They are poised to have success in part because look at this pitching depth. La profundidad de picheo. It's very strong here for Venezuela.
9 hits for Derek Jeter in the Subway Series of 2000 in their victory, the Yankees' victory that is over the New York Mets. Stat line was unbelievable. He was a World Series MVP that year as we celebrate MLB's Black History Month by the numbers presented by Nike.
He's pretty good.
I mean, you know, we could talk about Derek Jeter and his greatness and not have enough time in the day to complete that discussion. But I think what was most unique about that World Series, obviously the regional nature of it. Right. You just don't know what's going to happen when 2 teams that share a marketplace fall into the same World Series together. The one thing we could know, we should have guessed, is that this guy would be a star, and I think he exceeded every expectation, as lofty as they may have been.
I believe he played almost a full season of postseason ball, and his numbers are a little bit better than his regular season. What does that tell you? It tells you, my man, no moment was too big for him.
Yeah.
He's facing better pitching every single day in the playoffs than what he faced during the regular season, and he put up better numbers. But I like the fact that he went out there and posted every day, and people threw shots at him for his defensive metrics and so on and so forth. 2-hopper hit to him, catch it, throw it to first, out, game over.
For more on these and other stories, keep it locked to MLB.com. It's baseball everywhere.